Already sleepless, it's raining feelings now. Just wanna get it right, searching for meaning in this cold angel town. I'll be the warmth in your empty hotel. I'll make it right when you're going through hell. I'll be the call when there's no one to tell. Make you light up, light up. Oh, 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 oh. I'ma be there. I'ma be there. Oh, 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 oh. I'ma be there. I'ma be there. When life hits you hard like a train wreck, don't you believe it'll break ya? Oh, 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 oh. I'ma be there. I'ma be there.
So what's up everyone, this is Darren with Rogue Studios, and what I have here on the table today is the brand new AceTech LIGHTER tracer unit that is specifically designed for airsoft pistols with its lightweight construction and compact size. Measuring only a mere 10 centimeters long and 3 centimeters wide, and only weighs 58.8 grams with the built-in 450 mAh battery. That's less than half the weight of the Tokyo Marui tracer unit, while also being significantly shorter and less wide. As for the aesthetics, there's really not much to talk about, since the design is quite plain, which I don't mind. In my eyes, the lighter is basically a sized-down version of the AceTech AT1000 tracer, with a plastic cap on the top that unscrews counterclockwise to reveal the micro USB port for charging, and it takes about 2 hours to fully charge the built-in battery. As for the body, it is made out of aluminum along with the base of the tracer that uses the standard 14mm counterclockwise threads, but AceTech also provides an adapter for WE or ArmorWorks pistols with the 11mm clockwise internal threads, where the tip of the outer barrel has actually threads inside it. If you want to use the AceTech lighter on a 14mm clockwise outer barrel, like this Blacklist outer barrel that I have over here, you can purchase a 14mm clockwise to 14mm counterclockwise adapter from JK Army, made by a company called TJC, which is very useful because it has a set screw to secure the adapter. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check out, and you can also purchase the AceTech lighter from JK Army as well. And finally, to round things off, AceTech opted to use the low profile indicator instead of using a big flashy button that's on the AT1000 tracer, which is a smart move in my opinion, because it doesn't give away your position and it's less distracting. Next to the indicator is a small button that turns on the tracer unit, but also allows you to control the automatic turn-off setting. 1 blink per second means that the tracer will automatically turn off after 40 minutes, 2 blinks per second means automatic turn-off is off, and if it blinks red, that means you need to recharge the unit. If you want to turn the unit off, you can just push the button once, the unit will flash, and then it will turn off. Now let's talk about performance. To my surprise, this little tracer is generating about the same brightness as AceTech's own AT1000 tracer that has seen widespread use due to it being visibly brighter than the Tokyo Marui tracer, while also giving you this incredible laser blaster effect that makes these AceTech tracers an absolute pleasure to use, but now you can get it in a smaller, lighter package. The next important point, of course, is evaluating the usefulness of the AceTech lighter on a pistol, since that's what it's designed for. So besides the brightness that clearly highlights your hits and flight paths of your BBs coming from your pistol, the size and the weight of the tracer is by far its biggest advantage, as expected. It's easier to move and turn corners. Since the length of the tracer is quite short, I actually find myself using my Glock 18 as if I had no attachment. And one thing you guys will definitely be glad to hear is that you can still aim with this tracer without the use of suppressor height sights or raised iron sights, which are generally quite expensive. And lastly, if you are using a pistol with an outer barrel that moves a lot, like a Glock or an MP, your cycling speed probably won't be affected at all, which is a big deal. If you don't understand why, any pistol with a moving outer barrel that locks up with a slide will generally drop, tilt, and rise. So if you have a lot of weight on the tip of the outer barrel, it will cause these three things to get worse, the most common problem being that the chamber will rise up and grind up against your slide, decreasing your cycling speed and occasionally causing your pistol to jam halfway. But with the AceTech lighter, since this thing doesn't weigh much, the recycling rate is basically unaffected, sort of like a comp. So according to AceTech, with its fully charged 450 mAh battery, it should last over 12,000 rounds, support a rate of fire of 10 rounds per second, and support green and red luminous BBs. Now, unfortunately, I cannot confirm the rounds per second for you, but what I can tell you is that it does seem to skip 1 or 2 BBs, but the majority of the BBs will glow with a relatively high rate of fire, and the AceTech lighter is perfectly fine with a high trigger response build. As for the BBs and battery life, so far I've been using Madbull 0.2 gram tracer BBs, which glow and feed perfectly. They even retain a little bit of glow after bouncing off walls and targets, which is pretty cool. But the same cannot be said for the red tracer BBs from Madbull, which doesn't seem to glow at all. In fact, I could barely see the red BBs. This is not a huge concern for me though, because most people like to use green tracer BBs. They're much more readily available, they're better looking in my opinion, and they also look more vibrant in gameplay footage. And here's the interesting part that I didn't expect. The battery life here is actually not bad, despite it being a 450 mAh battery. It appears to be enough for a whole day of CQB gameplay, as long as you make sure that the battery is fully charged and turned off before you pack it in with your gear. I personally used the lighter on my VFC Avalon DSG, went through 4,000 rounds with no problems whatsoever. However, on my first day with the lighter, I decided to use this without the automatic turn-off setting, and I drained the battery the second I got home. So I strongly advise you guys to turn on your automatic turn-off, because it's a very useful function. And the final thing that I have to say is the durability. I have dropped this a few times by accident, mostly because I have an adjustable table and I forgot that this was there, so when I adjusted my table, it fell off. And I also knocked this on the wall a few times, is because I like to keep my pistol and my rifle very near a wall. And also at one point, I dropped it on the threads, which is the reason why there is a bit of damage to the threads over here. You can see that there's a bit of a... It's not chipped, it's just a little bit bent. But it still threads onto my pistol perfectly fine, which I have right over here. Alright, still goes on perfectly fine. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because at some point, after dropping it that many times or hitting it that many times, the inner core, which is this thing, the inner core of the tracer got a little bit loose. So instead of relying on whatever it is that secures this core in place, I decided to use thick pieces of paper from my notepad to shim the sides of it to eliminate the wobble. And I intend to leave that paper there for the foreseeable future, since it was such a quick and easy fix. In conclusion, the AceTech lighter is really impressive. Its brightness, its size, as long as its weight, makes it super practical to use, very easy to bring to a game, and it works extremely well on both rifles and pistols, especially pistols with moving outer barrels, like this Glock over here, and I tend to use Glocks a lot. And the AceTech lighter costs 620 Hong Kong dollars, which is around 80 US dollars, in direct competition with the Tokyo Marui Full Auto Tracer that retails for 500 to 600 Hong Kong dollars, depending on where you buy it in Hong Kong, and the TM Tracer is 80 US dollars on some websites, sometimes going all the way up to 130 US dollars. So the AceTech lighter is looking pretty good here. So if you guys want one of these tracers, you can pick them up in a lot of places like JK Army, Red Wolf Airsoft, Bunny Workshop, and WGC, which are all Hong Kong-based retailers. Some Japanese retailers also have them. I'll try to leave as many links as I can in the description box below, along with a link to AceTech's website and Facebook page. And as usual, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And also check out my Facebook page and store, which will be linked in the description box below. And a big shout out to XPAT AIRSOFT and AceTech, who gave me the AceTech lighter for the review. And they also kindly provided an extra tracer for you guys. So if you guys want a chance to win a free AceTech lighter tracer, all you have to do is go on my Facebook page, like the post for this video, and also tag a friend so I can count you guys up for the giveaway. All the links, again, will be in the description box below. Sorry for all the links. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Peace, guys. Happy shooting.
You lose your mind, I'll be your